won the draft, Lauren?
Initially, I thought it was SmackDown.
I think everybody did. I think initially,
especially on night one, when I kept telling you, like, why are they getting all the groups? Like, what's going on here?
I think initially everybody thought that SmackDown won the draft, but I'm going to tell you, I think Monday Night Raw won the draft.
I agree. When you put it into like those definitive terms of these were the top ones and these are the ones over here on SmackDown, it didn't even seem like comparable.
I do. I think when you go like choice for choice, the Bloodline once again just dominates SmackDown. You look at the top: Solo, Roman, Heyman, Usos, all of them on one show. That's the Bloodline show.
Yeah,
that's all
when
it
you put
is.
it like that, I mean, nobody else matters.
I think when you look at what Monday Night Raw drafted, there's so much potential in what they got. So you can see the reformation of The Way, right? Minus Austin Theory, Gargano, Loomis, Indy, and Candice. That works. You're going to see Ronda and Shayna as tag team champions at some point this year. So that's going to happen. We get to see Gunther kind of come to his own on Monday Night Raw, and Gunther will challenge for that World Heavyweight title before the end of the year. So once again, we're getting like you get a roster that has fluidity. Whereas on SmackDown, there's a big chance Roman holds on to that fucking belt till WrestleMania next year if they still think The Rock is coming back. You get Drew McIntyre on Monday Night Raw. He gets to take a deep breath away from Roman Reigns for once. Rhea Ripley, the Judgment Day. I get it. Like Dominic Mysterio, we can say whatever we want, but he's getting a reaction.
Yeah.
And so as long as he's part of the Judgment Day, they continue to kind of stay relevant. Rhea Ripley's the women's champion. That's a big deal being on Monday Night Raw. I would say, you correct me if I'm wrong, out of Bianca Belair and Rhea Ripley right now, Rhea Ripley is the more interesting champion.
Yes.
I think that's fair to say, right?
Yes, definitely.
I think that we talked just a second ago, a.k.a. Riddick, a.k.a. Madcap Moss. I think he will finally find some success on a 3-hour show where he can get some matches under his belt. The problem is being a lower mid-card guy on SmackDown, there's just not enough time, right? Because you're almost always going to get something to do with the show, the Bloodline at the beginning and the end. So that leaves 3 to 4 matches in the middle of that show, and typically you got a women's champion you got to deal with. You've got some other storylines that you're trying to deal with, and those lower mid-card guys get lost in that mix. And then you can't forget, right? Raw still has Kevin Owens, Seth Rollins, Cody Rhodes, Becky Lynch, Sami Zayn, Matt Riddle. That's a lot of...
That sounds like a pretty stacked list to me.
Well, it sounds stacked when you go to the other side and you go, Roman, okay, Usos, okay, those are top tier guys. Yeah. Then you go, we're thinking Solo's going to be a big deal, but is he just a big deal because of the Bloodline, or is he a big deal standing alone? You know, then you got Bianca Belair. You got the Street Profits, but there's not a lot outside of that, right? Charlotte Flair, when she decides to come back, SmackDown will just continue to push forward and be the show of the Bloodline. And I think that holds back a lot of the other talent. That's just what happens.
True.